Welcome to Game 3 of Cell versus the Ancients in the semifinals of the Winterfest Championship Series. This is the rubber match. The winner of this match is going to be the team that goes on to face, I believe it is Peace and Harmony in the grand finals. We are on the Fire Isle. Again, this is Cell's map pick. It is going to force these teams to square up 8v8 at the center of the match in the first moments, because around that gank side are a couple lesser flame cursed sentinels. And those guys pack quite a punch. Pretty much an 8-man team can take them on, but if you go ahead and pull all 8 members to those flame cursed sentinels, it's not a big secret on what exactly you are doing if you don't show up at the flag stand. So here at 29-30 seconds, we're going to go ahead here and square up on even ground. Looking at the builds right now, Ancients pretty much running the same exact build that they did last game. And looking over on the Celebrities, look to be running pretty much what they have always been running, although except they were running with 2 Paragons in the past. Right now they are running with only 1, and they are rolling with 3 Mesmers. All 3 of these Mesmers are going to be running Warstrol's Demise and Spiritual Pain. You can almost count on that. I do see quite a few copies of Energy Burn, and possibly some Energy Surge as well. Not too sure on if everybody's going to be packing Energy Surge, as that would take up their elite spot. You might have some sort of Paragon elite on Wise, which is the Mesmer Paragon. And already here, at 1 minute and 30 seconds, Death Whisperix has gone down on the Ancients. He is quickly picked back up and digs in his teeth into Saki right there. Switches over to Ale. He is knocked down. Tries to get some nice spikes in on him, but Ale is properly protected by the back line of Celebrities. And after he gets back up, gets up to the front line, they put another Beth BV spike down on Death Whisperix. And he is cleaned off for a second time. Looking over on Memphis Reborn, though, on the Ancients. He was just cleaned off there at just before 2:15. And Cell pushing in heavy into the Ancients right now, trying to get a spike off on AU. But they are unable to get the job done thus far. aNc retreating back low on Fire Isle here. Those members, especially that monk right there, got caught down in that lava, had 7 pips of degen, was snared down, and was finished off in that lava pit. Cell, though, sort of making the same exact mistake by pushing in low on the Ancients. If the Ancients are able to push back on Cell, Cell is going to have nowhere to run but right into that lava pit. It's going to slow them down, add all that degen on them, and the Ancients can just as quickly turn this one around as they had it put in their face at the beginning of this match. We are at 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Ancients are going to be without one of their monks for another 45, because it's basically impossible for them to push up there and pick that monk back up. He will have to be resurrected at the base at the next 2-minute marker, which is 4 minutes. The Celebrities right now just trying to take down as many NPCs as possible before that other monk gets back up. They have been able to knock down those 2 archers on the outside. I don't see any knights left from the guild hall area. Checking out the bodyguard right now on the Ancients. He is currently getting a lot of hate, but not as lot of a hate as AU right there. He just has been finished off, and Cell made a very, very costly mistake right now. I'm not too sure on how costly it is going to be. AU was taken down just before the 4-minute mark. Now, if they were able to delay that kill another second, it would have forced AU to be picked up by a Resurrection Signet or by a Resurrection Spell on the Ancients. and that can be the determining factor on a win or a loss in high-profile games like this. However, as far as we see thus far, it's not having too much of an impact, as Memphis and Death Whisperix, both the frontline melee characters of Ancients, have been cleaned off. Death is resurrected back up, but as we look over on AU, even though he is back far in the base, he had a nice spike down on him and was almost cleaned off just before 5 minutes. I am checking out that Ranger Monk on the Ancients. Right now he has Burning Arrow as well as Poison Arrow. Or sorry, Apply Poison. And he is currently trying to degen down this Lesser Flame Cursed Sentinel. As soon as he gets him down, he's basically going to have free roam at the base of the Celebrities, and we will see if he is able to get anything done before Cell can identify exactly what he is doing and adjust to that presence. Going to go ahead and check out Ancients here in the base to see exactly how well they are doing, or more likely how poor they are doing. Both of those archers are still up in the base. However, that bodyguard of the Ancients is down. So that means the only members of the Ancients that are back there to heal that Guild Lord, if the Celebrities try to get any kind of hurt on that Guild Lord, are going to be those two monks and that emo Neb of the Ancients. I'm not too sure on how many healing skills Neb has, being an emo runner instead of a monk elementalist runner, but I'm sure he has some kind of heal party. And in fact, looking at Neb, he is running that same exact fire spam build which he did run the game before. And I'm going to go ahead here and get a spy in on Aeroclair, as Aeroclair was running Mantra of Flames in the previous battle. I would be interested to see if he has made the same decision, and if so, it would be even, in fact, right there is the Mantra of Flames. So pretty much both of those people, Neb and Aeroclair, expecting that, or I should say Aeroclair expecting that Neb was going to be bringing the same exact build, and Neb thinking that either one, Aeroclair was not going to bring Mantra of Flames the second time, or didn't even notice that Aeroclair was packing that Mantra of Flames. Gonna go ahead here and check out Muka on the Ancients. He has been running flags, but currently all that he really has left to do is just spam out Blinding Surge on those frontline characters of Celebrities. Really, that only character is going to be Saki. However, Devon will also be affected by those blinds with the Spear of Lightning. And he will get an occasional Blinding Surge on him. Blinding Surge does do some damage, so if there's a spike called out, we might see Blinding Surge cast on whatever target that team is trying to spike down. Going to go ahead and check out the Ranger Monk of the Ancients. Right now, he is back in the base and working over some of those NPCs. However, Ale is back there to persuade him to do otherwise. But that Ranger is joined by Memphis, and both of them are going to try and get some work done in the base of the Celebrities, while the majority of the rest of the Ancients are back in their own base, trying to push Cell out. Task, though, that Monk Elementalist runner is going to be back there to lend out some very, very useful heals, not only on Ale, but also on the NPCs. Both Knights of Cell are still up. They are getting aggroed by the members of Ancients. But with Task there's not going to be too much that they can do about that. And looking over onto the base of Ancients, we do just see AU get resurrected right there. And he is the infuser in this group, infusing those spikes, so he is pretty much the primary target that Cell wants to get down, as if they are able to get Ace, sorry, not Ace, but AU down, they will not have to worry about that infused health coming out to heal spike down targets. And in fact, at 9 minutes and 24 seconds, Cell is pulling out of the base a little bit because several members of aNc have pushed out. But they are falling back low. And it would be interesting to see if Ancients are going to be able to capitalize on this little short-sightedness, as I have said many, many, many times before in the past. If you fall out or push in low on the fire aisle, you do have that lava pit to worry about. You can get slowed down in that lava pit, snared with all that degen, and you can get punished quite severely by making that move. However, right here we do see Cell push into the base of Ancients, and that is not going to be a factor, at least for now. So at 10 minutes and 25 seconds, we are still pretty much have Cell trying to push into the base of the Ancients, and then looking over at the base of Cell, we do still have that Ranger, or sorry, we have an Emo back there along with Memphis. I do not have that Ranger Monk anywhere. In fact, he is up by the flag stand area right now, cutting around Saki. Uses natural stride there to prevent 75% of Saki's attacks getting laid in on him. Preps up Troll and Juant for some nice healing. Saki does use a Shadow Prism over onto him to catch up, as well as snare him down. That Ranger Monk is going to go into that lava. He is going to get snared down, and Saki's going to go in there, punish him for going into that lava pit, and finish him off. That is only 30 seconds before the 12-minute marker. And even though that Ranger Monk has gotten a couple kills in on him, I don't believe that he is above 60% DP. And he will resurrect back at base in just a couple seconds now. Red, though, seems to have gone down in the lava pit, it sounds like. I don't know if that was intentional, but I did hear him die. If so, that was, depending on what his situation was, a pretty good call to die just before that 12-minute marker. However, if Cell was the perpetrators of that kill, a little bit short-sightedness on that timer to get him down just after that 2-minute marker. Looking at Memphis right here, he is retreating out of the base of Cell. Again, he is retreating low, and it does look like he is going to be pushing in high into his own base to avoid that lava pit. And very interestingly right here, Riki 5, one of the monks of Ancients, has already shown up a resign. Even though Cell has been pretty much dominating them the beginning part of this match. The way that they have Cell split up right now, it is not out of the question that they'd be able to turn this one around. Red on the Ancients has been finished off in that lava pit by a couple Mesmers from Cell. And after they finish him off, it looks like they're going to be pushing over through that lava pit to get Crazy of the Ancients. Kree is going to prep up a apply poison right there. Red was resurrected back at the base at the 14-minute mark. And it looks like he's going to looked like he was going to go for the base of Cell again. but now it seems like he's just going to assist his own team in his guild hall. Puts the Gale in there, tried to get a nice spike down, but that spike was at the exact same moment that Cell put a spike in on Death Whisperix. And Death was cleaned off right there just outside of that guild hall area. Cell right now pushing in to the Ancients. We do have Riki 4 and AU back in the base of the Ancients. AU getting the blunt of the offense right there. Tried to spike him down. Again, that infused health is going to be the major skill that Cell want out of the Ancients' arsenal in order to deflect the most damage as possible with their spike type build. And 15 minutes and 30 seconds. We are about 4 minutes and 30 seconds away from victory or death. Muka right there getting a very, very slow spike down on him. AU easily eyes that up, casted and infused health on it, but Muka seems to be body blocked by Saki in the corner of that base. Saki is not going to let up on Muka because he cannot get away and cannot cut away from his sword attacks. However, because he is body blocked in there, the back line of the Ancients know exactly who that target is. So they are able to put sufficient protection on him and keep Muka up. Gonna go ahead here and check in on the base of Cell once again. We do have Kreezy in the extreme far corner of that base. Looks like he's just going to apply poison up and then push in and try and degen somebody out. However, we do have Tass as well as Ale back there. Ale looks to be thinking about going across that lava pit, but decides to do otherwise. And it does seem like they're just going to trap Kreezy in the back of that base. I'm sure Kreezy does have sufficient healing to keep himself up. But I'm not going to talk too much about that, as looking over onto the base of Ancients, both those monks are down right now. They should be able to easily kill off that Guild Lord, as Ancients have no protection whatsoever. However, Cell is right now falling out of the base and chasing down some members that tried to push a flag out. And finally, they do go back to that Guild Lord, but the Ancients have already resigned. Cell takes this one home and is going to the Grand Finals. Thanks for tuning in. This is Rob Consu of Radio ITG. Talk to you later.